Hesi A2 Science Review. Question 1. The sinoatrial node is often called the natural pacemaker because it does what? Filters blood. Initiates electrical impulses that set heart rate. Stores calcium for muscle contraction. Regulates blood oxygen levels. The SA node generates electrical impulses that trigger heart contractions, setting the natural heart rate. It does not filter blood, kidneys, store calcium, bones/SR, or regulate blood oxygen, lungs. Question 2. Which of the following represents a catabolic reaction? Building a protein from amino acids. Glycolysis breaking down glucose. DNA replication. Forming glycogen from glucose. Catabolism breaks down molecules releasing energy. Glycolysis breaks glucose into pyruvate. Building proteins, DNA replication, and glycogen formation are anabolic, building up. Question 3. A patient has difficulty breathing due to inflamed airways. Which system is primarily affected? Cardiovascular, respiratory, nervous, endocrine. Inflammation of airways directly affects the respiratory system, which handles gas exchange. Cardiovascular affects blood flow, nervous controls breathing indirectly, endocrine regulates hormones. Question 4. Which element is essential for the production of thyroid hormones? Iron, calcium, iodine, potassium. Iodine is incorporated into thyroxine, T4, and triiodothyronine, T3. Iron is for hemoglobin, calcium for bones/muscles, potassium for nerve function. Question 5. According to the law of segregation, alleles for a trait separate during which process? Mitosis, fertilization, meiosis, transcription. Mendel's law of segregation states alleles separate during meiosis when homologous chromosomes divide. Mitosis produces identical cells, fertilization combines alleles, transcription makes RNA. Question 6. The function of the enzyme lactase is to break down which sugar? Sucrose, glucose, lactose, fructose. Lactase breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. Sucrase breaks sucrose, glucosidase breaks glucose polymers, fructase breaks fructose. Question 7. Which part of the digestive system is primarily responsible for absorption of nutrients? Stomach, large intestine, small intestine, esophagus. The small intestine absorbs most nutrients via villi and microvilli. Stomach absorbs some drugs/alcohol, large intestine absorbs water/electrolytes, esophagus transports food. Question 8. A patient's immune system mistakenly attacks joint tissue. This is an example of an allergic reaction, an autoimmune disorder, immunodeficiency, a bacterial infection. Autoimmune disorders occur when immune system attacks self-tissues. Rheumatoid arthritis attacks joints. Allergies react to external allergens. Immunodeficiency lacks immune response. Infection is from pathogens. Question 9. What is the main function of the myelin sheath? Produce neurotransmitters. Slow down nerve impulses. Store glycogen in neurons. Phagocytose debris. Myelin sheath insulates axons, allowing faster saltatory conduction. Neurotransmitters are produced in synaptic terminals, glycogen is stored elsewhere, phagocytosis is done by microglia. Question 10. In cellular respiration, the majority of ADP is produced during which stage? Glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, fermentation. Electron transport chain produces 34 ADP via oxidative phosphorylation. Glycolysis produces 2 ADP, Krebs cycle produces 2 ADP, fermentation produces 2 ADP without oxygen. Question 11. Which of the following is a statement of the cell theory? Cells arise only from pre-existing cells. All cells contain a nucleus. Viruses are the smallest cells. Only animal cells have mitochondria. Cell theory states, all living things are made of cells, cells are basic unit of life, and cells come from pre-existing cells. Prokaryotes lack nuclei, viruses are not cells, plant cells have mitochondria too. Question 12. Which organ is responsible for filtering waste from blood to form urine? Liver, spleen, kidney, bladder. Kidneys filter blood to produce urine via nephrons. Liver detoxifies, spleen filters blood but not for urine, bladder stores urine. Question 13. An example of an element that is a noble gas is oxygen, helium, chlorine, nitrogen. Helium is a noble gas, group 18, with full valence shell, making it inert. Oxygen and nitrogen are reactive nonmetals, chlorine is a halogen. Question 14. Which of the following would decrease the rate of an enzymatic reaction? Increasing substrate concentration slightly. Adding a competitive inhibitor. Optimal pH. Slightly raising temperature near 37 degrees Celsius. Competitive inhibitors block active sites, reducing reaction rate. Increasing substrate can overcome inhibition if reversible. Optimal pH and appropriate temperature increase rate. Question 15. Where does fertilization of the human egg typically occur? Ovary, uterus, fallopian tube, vagina. Fertilization occurs in the ampulla of the fallopian tube. Ovary releases egg, uterus implants embryo, vagina receives sperm. Question 16. Which of the following is not a function of the integumentary system? Vitamin D synthesis, temperature regulation, production of red blood cells, protection from pathogens. Red blood cells are produced in bone marrow, not skin. Integumentary system synthesizes vitamin D, regulates temperature via sweat, and provides protection. Question 17. A person with type O blood is considered a universal donor because their red blood cells lack Rh factor only, A and B antigens, all antibodies, plasma proteins. Type O red blood cells have no A or B antigens on their surface, so they won't trigger reaction in recipients. They still have anti-A and anti-B antibodies in plasma, which is why type O can only receive type O. Question 18. Which of these is a function of the skeletal system? Produce digestive enzymes, store calcium and phosphorus, conduct nerve impulses, filter lymph. Skeletal system stores calcium and phosphorus in bone matrix, produces blood cells, marrow, and provides support. Digestive enzymes from pancreas/stomach, nerve impulses from neurons, lymph filtering by lymph nodes. Question 19. The process of converting mRNA into a sequence of amino acids is called transcription, translation, replication. Mutation. Translation occurs at ribosomes where tRNA brings amino acids matching mRNA codons. Transcription makes mRNA from DNA, replication copies DNA, mutation is change in DNA sequence.